everyone, it's your girl Riza. Welcome to Mathematics in the Modern World. And for today's video, our group will be tackling about the patterns of nature in mathematics and its categories. But first, let me tell you what patterns are. Patterns is a repeated arrangement of forms, colors, and other elements constitutes a pattern in mathematics. The pattern can be connected to any kind of occasion or thing. When a group of elements are arranged in a particular way, the arrangement is referred to as a pattern. Patterns can also occasionally be referred to as a sequence. First, I will be talking about symmetry and tracks. Symmetry. In geometry, symmetry is defined as a balance and proportionate similarity that is found in two halves of an object. It means one half is the mirror image of the other half. One example of symmetry that I found is this leaf. As you can see, this line is the midvein of the leaf that margins a region of a leaf called mediolateral axis. You can see here that the left side is the same size as the other side of the leaf, which makes it symmetrical. The next one is crack. A crack is a line on the surface of something along which it has a split without breaking into separate parts. Example of crack is the trunk of this tree. It is a vertical cracks called frost cracks. Cracks in tree trunks can be one of the major indicators of an unstable tree. Most cracks are caused by improper closure of wounds or by the splitting of weak branch unions.
Hello everyone, I am Richard and I will be talking about stripes and waves. First, what is a stripe? Both patterns are produced by wave-like formations. Stripes are basically created by long parallel waves. Stripes can separate into groups of spots when a second wave system is at an angle to the first. When the parallel wave pattern becomes unstable, stripes are said to become spots. One example of stripes that I've seen from nature is these stripes that became visible when a tree was cut. Moving on to waves. A wave is a dynamic disturbance that spreads and causes a change in equilibrium of one or more quantities in mathematics and related subjects. Quantities may oscillate regularly around an equilibrium value at certain frequency if a wave is periodic. An example I've seen of a wave from nature is this formation of clouds that visibly shows a wave.
Hi, it's me, Dayan. Now, I'll be talking about spirals and poems. A spiral in math is a curve that originates from a point and spirals outward as it rotates around the point. A spiral is a curving pattern that revolves a succession of circular forms around a central point. A poem is a collection of bubbles of various sizes, with smaller bubbles placed within the bigger ones. Poems are sometimes fractal in nature. Any substance form of tightly spaced bubbles is referred to as a poem. You might refer to it as poem if the bubbles have a tendency to be quite enormous.
Hi mga person, I am Ira Dang and I will be talking about tessellation and fractals. A tessellation is the tiling of a plane using one or more geometric shapes such that there are no overlaps or gaps. In other words, a tessellation is a never-ending pattern on a flat 2D surface where all of the shapes fits together perfectly like a puzzle pieces, and the pattern can go on forever. A honeycomb is a perfect example of a natural tessellation. It uses regular hexagons to form this natural mosaic around the surface area of the hive. A fractal is a type of mathematical shape that are infinitely complex. In essence, a fractal is a pattern that repeats forever, and every part of the fractal, regardless of how zoom in or zoom out you are, it looks very similar to the whole image. Fractals are seen in the branches of trees from the way a tree grows limbs. The main trunk of the trees is the origin point of the fractal, and each set of branches that grows off of that main trunk subsequently have their own branches that continues to grow and have branches of their own.
Hi, it's Luke Michael David Taggett here to discuss what is fracture and spots. Fracture is the separation of an object and material into two pieces or more under the action of stress. The fracture of solid usually occurs due to the development of certain displacement gap surface within the solid, like this road. While spots is a small round or roundish mark differing in a color or texture from the surface around it, like this ladybug. Again, this is Luke Michael David Nugget, your discussant for today. Thank you!
Well, that's all for today's video. Thank you for watching.